Greetings, everybody, and a wonderful Wednesday, everybody out there. If you are coming off of the Disney earnings call over with Valiant, if you are interrupting or if I'm interrupting your enjoyment of TPP, don't worry, I'll send you right back there when we're done. This will be an abbreviated show that we just do the show. We're doing it a few minutes early. Everything's out of whack anyway. My thoughts on the earnings call we'll definitely talk about with a very minimal bonus time. But I want to say happy birthday to my good friend, Makini Draws. Happy birthday to you, Makini. You're an amazing dude, and thank you for the $5. You're the one that should be getting presents. But we've got an incredible audience here as well. A Dig Outlaw in the house. He popped in about 33 minutes ago. We got our favorite Polar Bar here, Snorter Pooper's Q Bar. We got the lovely Penny. We've got Magnify, or otherwise known as Tom. Jed is here, the Discord moderator and channel moderator as well. And so is Jill, swinging her wrench around. Look out, Duck. Other things like that. We've got the lovely Ms. Pitt Cafe. I'm working on some more social media stuff at her suggestion, so keep your eyes out. We are working on a Discord store, and you'll be able to get merchandise at a discount over there. And I'm also working on a membership for Discord to add to the channel memberships, so that if you are trying to avoid the YouTube tax, you will be able to actually become a member through Discord and get the same perks. So there's that. Cool stuff indeed. The lovely Jill Powers is making sure everybody knows everybody is here and saying good morning to everybody, which I think is great. We've got, let's see, a few other folks rolling through. Jonathan Conroy is here. Hit the like button indeed. Thank you, Jonathan. I appreciate that. Libby Priest, good morning to you. The most talented man on the internet is here. That's right, Andy Masterson. He can sculpt anything. Look out. Here comes the Andy man. Snakes and Funerals in the house. What's up, Snakes? And we got a few other folks, including Low Spec Linux Laptop Gaming. Hope you're doing well, Jeff. We've got Linda F. in the house and a few others rolling by, including Brian and Cindy. Hello to everybody. Well, hello. Hello. Let's see what else we got. We got Tim Hayes. Timmy. By the way, we had our watch party last night for all channel members. It's one of the Tuesday items that we give away for part of the membership. Every member is usually the first Tuesday of the cycle of the month, and then the other Tuesdays in the month are usually just the gold tier and higher. So we've got lots of other offerings, and some of those are going to be included in Discord. We got a few others of you focused in on today's show. We got a few of you out there. Good to see you. I know we're at an odd time. We started early. Dapper Bard's in the house. Great to see you, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Joseph A. is out there, along with Philip Gaming. Look out. Check out Philip Gaming. Philip. Love that. All right, that Park Place Live will be coming up immediately after this show, and then I imagine you'll make your way over to Midnight's Edge in the morning. All right, here we go. 6 minutes starts now. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, wherever you are and whatever you're watching. Thanks for checking out the 6 Minute Daily. We have a lot to talk about, not a lot of time to do it in. 14 stories and all, so we can slow it down just a little bit and focus in on what Disney was actually trying to spin. The spin machine was in full effect this morning as a washing machine has basically gone into overdrive. It might as well have just gone into orbit because it dropped a lot of news that was supposed to sound impressive, but it's basically a fantasy. You see, Disney's going to open a new tech-centric theme park in Abu Dhabi. Cool. Except for a whole lot of things, but we'll get to those as we go. Tech-centric, okay. What does that mean? Probably a lot of screens. Probably a lot of fake, because, I mean, Abu Dhabi, Yas Island, is all about theme park resorts, all about entertainment, all about the idea of things like Ferrari World and stuff like that. And it's all about partnerships because, well, Disney's actually not going to own anything. It's basically a license agreement to use their name only. It's actually an even less impressive version of what deal they have with Oriental Land Company, OLC. And that may be for the best. I mean, at least you might get some quality things that'll last a while. But you still have Disney talent, or current Disney quote unquote talent, going to be doing the developing. It's definitely going to expand quote unquote the theme park resort presence, but it technically isn't Disney. It's just Disney in name only. Isn't that kind of summing up modern Disney, especially after the spin fest that is the Iger word salad? In fact, here's some word salad to try to decipher. He's going to spin out something called the flagship for ESPN flagship. It's a direct-to-consumer offering. In fact, they're moving towards more business terminology that it could not connect or disconnect themselves more from anything tangible or of quality. And that seems to be the modern MBA speak, let's say. ESPN cable subscribers are going to be getting access to the digital features of this flagship offering, which will be announced further next week. There's a lot of things that are I will gladly pay you Tuesday for a hamburger today that was coming out of this earnings call. Hey, we want to try to extend any positive pub that we could possibly find because everything else is hitting us in the feet. And I think Valiant Renegade mentioned it this morning, but the interesting thing about the net bookings being up 4%, it is actually not even as relevant as you think it would be, because it's not in the very word that they used. It's in the fact that they only have a 4% increase, or they're up 4% right now. Why are you offering all kinds of discounted pricing and things then? I don't know, especially, in light of what's about to happen at Epic Universe. I have a feeling Disney's in bigger trouble than they're willing to let on, and you can try to extend the positive spin as long as you want and preserve your $100 stock price if they're even able to keep that. But I guess we'll have to see. Anyway, moving on more quickly, Lionsgate is officially split off of Starz. That's it. It's done. It's over. We've got John Wick 5 being an entirely different story that's quote-unquote not under the table, which means that it's going to be a very John Wick story, probably a little bit less shoot 'em up and a little more, wrap up, I would say. John Wick's not going to go away entirely. Still an animated project on the horizon and guest appearances and other spin-offs, but I think this may be it at long last. We've got Boardwalk Empire star Michael Pitt arrested for SA charges. That's never good. I wonder if this guy's found in a list somewhere. Pro-Cebian Sat1 Media is cutting 430 roles as shareholders jockey for position. Not sure what's going on there, but it's probably not very good. We've got Joe Biden telling the BBC that he doubts that anything would have made much of a difference in the election had he dropped out earlier. And I don't think it would have mattered. No, because the nation is on the 80 side of a 80-20 issue. And Biden, I guess, is on the wrong side of 80 if you look at it that way as far as age. But I don't think it would have mattered either. When you think about a conclave, you think about replacing a pope, and that is officially happening starting today. So we'll keep our eyes on that. Burger King is going to have to face a lawsuit over its Whopper ads. I wonder why. Misleading, I would imagine. U.S. Supreme Court lets Trump's it's just a transgender military ban take effect. Not that they could have stopped it anyway. It has to do with how you serve and why. We've got SpaceX getting FAA approval to ramp up Starship launches from Texas. That's a good sign. And we have a camper in our bear story of the day being completely destroyed by a bear. A suspected bear attack. DNA samples of bears and evidence at the scene will be sent to Gainesville for testing. But Fox 4 obtained the 911 calls, which you can listen to if you go to this particular location, fox4now.com. And the Collier County Sheriff Office, Markle's grandchild, one of the people there, said a bear killed Markle's dog in front of the house. This is wild. So when relatives went to check on Markle, who lives in a trailer on the property, they said he wasn't there. Nope, he's gone completely. Whole camper was destroyed. This is in follow-up to a story where a man, 89 years old, and his dog were actually killed. As a result, 3 bears in the area have been killed. And it's never a good plan to try to hide from a bear in a camper. I just don't think it works. But completely gone, and allegedly potentially three bears involved. So wild bear story this morning, and yeah, just crazy. And that was your 6-minute daily. Went by pretty fast. We do have a little bit, tiny bit, teensy tiny bit of bonus time here. We also have an amazing gifty from our friend Liberty Hall's Cat, giving Mark Medina a membership for a month. Thank you very much for that. SFX of 314 Sabretooth Raptor for 10 Coach Casino Cash says, I thought I saw a loggerine. That's right, the loggerine. I did. Red Hulk screams. Oh, hang on a minute. I got a cough. Red Hulk screams. He flapped his arms and flew away to Alcatraz. Crazy, my friend, crazy. He shrunk to the size of a mouse and pushed a confused mouse out and went in the mouse hole. My goodness. That's a wild one. SFX is crazy stuff. I love it. Look, today was the earnings call for Disney, the quarterly. And as I said during the top 4 stories that we talked about today, Iger's in a fantasy world, and he keeps trying to preserve the fantasy for investors, institutional and retail alike, trying to convince them that it's not a terrible waste of money to keep thinking on the positive side of the equation. Does the stock move around? Yes. Between ebbs and flows, you watch this stock price go up and down. It's cyclical in a way that you can almost plan for it. And maybe that's something that institutional investors like, or the fact that they seem to be able to control the ebb and flow so they can invest appropriately. But at the same time, they're stuck. I don't think Disney will break away from their top end of about 110. I don't think they'll ever get back to 122, but those are my thoughts and my opinions. I'm not giving you advice. I'm just saying that this particular earnings call was something of a fantasy, and it was Iger's fantasy. And the fact that they're trying to extend whatever good news they have beyond the earnings call into the following week, I don't see a positive side of. Disney is licensing their name out, almost strictly speaking, and some of the terrible Imagineering they have left to Saudi Arabia, to the development in Yas Island of Abu Dhabi. And I don't know that even that license agreement's a good idea, but Disney's happy to claim a 7th location. We'll see how connected they are. We'll see if there's DVC development done there. We'll see if they offer the ability to use all the various ways to go on vacations that they control. I just don't think that's going to be something we'll see. So much like some of the other entertainment offerings in Abu Dhabi, I don't think anybody but the Saudis will control it. It's like China, only different. So I am going to tell you that there's going to be a day, it could be in the very near future, that China decides that the Disney theme parks are theirs because it's a communist government. So there's that. Anyway, moving off of that and on to this, there's no... They didn't answer any questions today. The one question that I really wanted to hear answered that was not, it was danced around, was where they're putting the 60, quote unquote, the magical $60 billion they keep promising. Not into parks. That they're spending regular CapEx and claiming it as the opportunity to expand. I don't see Pandora breaking ground anytime soon. He talked about that. The addition by subtraction maneuver that they keep trying to pull to keep the frame of the Magic Kingdom the same shape for the most part as they're about to do in Florida. I think that people are going to find that not only does it destroy one of the most beautiful locations in the park, and of course Walt's favorite area of the park, it also it also is going to rip the heart out of the Magic Kingdom for what an already challenging ride system to maintain in a location that's always wet, which means when it rains, which it often does in Florida, you're not going to enjoy that Cars attraction very much at all. In fact, it might be pretty miserable. And much like Test Track, it'll have to be shut down fairly regularly, because if you've ever ridden Test Track in the rain, it can be pretty painful depending upon how hard it's raining. I'm just going to say overall, Disney's going to find out they've made an awful lot of mistakes. Our good friend Kremlon is in the chat. I can see that. Good to see you, Kremlon. In fact, let's grab the membership celebration. 29 months. Kremlon has been just an amazing supporter of myself and many others, saying, is it Friday yet? Man, I wish it was. But no, we're on Wednesday. We got 2 more days to Friday, and we'll be talking about this for several days, I would imagine. But next, we're going to talk about it over on That Park Place, because That Park Place is live with extra magic hours. And hopefully you get a chance to hear from some of the horse's mouth who've been talking about this since the earnings call began, Jonas J. Campbell and others. You'll also have Midnight's Edge being joined by, I believe, WDW Pro later today. And everybody that's in the sphere will be everywhere today. So keep your eyes open, keep aware, and I'm pretty excited to be fair. That also means I'm going to be moving around a little bit, but we'll have to see. We got amazing folks over on the Green Machine. I want to say thank you to Crazy White Boy, Razzie Fingers, Ms. Pick Cafe, Tobach, and of course, I didn't see the Weatherman. And thank you, Tom Magnify, over there as well. All right, folks, let's get moving. Be sure to take care of yourself, take care of others, and until next time, see ya. Bear dance.